Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nate, and the NFL season is finally upon us. Every year, every expert has their prediction on who's going to win the Super Bowl, what every team's record is going to be, and they're usually wrong. Most people are wrong when making these predictions, and that's fine. It's way too early to tell which team's going to be the best, which team's going to be the worst. Anything can happen in the NFL, including injuries and anything along those sorts. But in today's video, I'm going to be making my own prediction. So just know that later down the line, if this prediction is totally wrong, you can't be mad at me for it. Making a prediction this early, you can't really be too accurate. So at this site right here, which I'm going to leave a link to this website in the description down below, you'll be able to predict every single NFL regular season game this year. So say we're here week 1 and I picked the Browns. As you see it as the left right there, it's going to show up the Browns 1-0, the Titans 0-1. And you can do this for every single team all the way up to week 17. And I'm just going to randomize it real quick, which is something you can do to show you guys. Alright, so it's randomized, and all we do is press next, and it brings us to the wild card where we can pick who goes to the next round. And we can keep going and going until we have a Super Bowl champion. And when you're done and you pick your Super Bowl champion, it shows a nice little playoff bracket, and that's pretty cool. So without further ado, I'm going to be going quickly and making my predictions for each team. I'm going to show you guys the record for each team, and then I'm going to make my playoff prediction live for you guys. Let's go.
One eternity later.
Alright, so I finally completed the schedule, and as you're going to see on the screen for the next minute or two, it's just going to be flashing all the NFL teams' records, and I'm going to be going over the playoff teams, and I'm going to be doing the playoff bracket live for you guys, and who I think could and will win the Super Bowl. So with the 2 buys in the AFC, I have the Chiefs and the Colts. The Chiefs going 14-12 and the Colts going 12-4. And then I have the Patriots being the 3 seed at 12-4, the Browns the 4th seed at 11-5, the Chargers the 5th seed at 11-5, and the Bills as the 6th seed at 10-6. For the NFC side, I have the Rams as the 1st seed going 12-4, the Saints as the 2nd seed going 11-5. The Cowboys as the 3rd seed going 10-6. The Bears as the 4th seed at 10-6. The Falcons as the 5th seed at 10-6. And the Eagles at the 6th seed at 10-6. Right now, I'm going to be picking the playoffs. And this is based solely on my opinion on who would win a matchup here and there. So, for the first matchup, just to be fair, I am a Cleveland Browns fan. I just want to state that right now. I am a Cleveland Browns fan. So, and I'm gonna try to put as no biasy as possible here as I can. At home in Cleveland, I do think the Browns are gonna beat the Chargers. I mean, last year the Chargers killed us. The Chargers killed the Browns last year, but I think the Browns, Baker Mayfield in his 2nd season, everyone just getting better for the Browns. The Browns roster getting better. Everything's getting better. By this time in the playoffs, their chemistry's hopefully going to be on point. And if their chemistry isn't on point, they probably won't make the playoffs, to be honest. But I do believe they'll have good chemistry. Everything's going to be fine in Cleveland. And they'll get their first playoff win in a long, long time. For the next AFC game, I have an AFC East matchup with the Bills and Patriots, and I have the Patriots taking that one easily in Foxborough. I do think the Bills are a sleeper team to make the playoffs, and that's why I do have them in the playoffs at 10-6. I like their roster a lot. I like Josh Allen. I like their offense, and I just like everything about them, man. They're a really good team. They're really young, but going up against Tom Brady and the Patriots in the first round in Foxborough, that's just not a favorable matchup at all, and they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose that game. But that's the AFC side. On the NFC side, first game we have is the Bears and the Falcons, and I have the Bears taking that one. The Falcons are a pretty good team. Matt Ryan, great quarterback. Knowing the Falcons and what happened last season, injuries could be on the rise for them, and the Bears, if Mitch Trubisky can take a step forward next year, anything's possible for them, man. The Super Bowl, anything. They can win it all. They're a good team. They're a great overall team. Their offense, man, I'm telling you, if Mitch Trubisky can step it up, their offense is going to be magnificent. And their defense already pretty good, and they just keep adding pieces. They did lose Adrian Amos, so it's my favorite Bear. But, yeah, I think the Bears can easily take that one at home. And up next, Eagles, Cowboys. I really like the Cowboys in this one, but I don't think that all 4 home teams are going to win. So I do got the Eagles taking that one. The Eagles can easily beat the Cowboys, and the Cowboys can easily beat the Eagles. This is going to be a toss-up. And if this actually happens in the playoff, that's going to be a game to watch. That's going to be a really fun one. But I guess I have the Eagles taking this one. They can easily take it. They have a better defense than the Cowboys. Their offense could be better than the Cowboys, but the Cowboys with Dak, Zeke, and Cooper, the mini triplets, man. I mean, they could take a really big step if Dak Prescott can step it up again. But the Eagles, I'll have them taking this one. So on to the next round, the divisional round. We have the Patriots versus the Colts, the Browns, Chiefs, Bears, Saints, and Eagles, Rams. Kind of looks like the playoffs last year, low-key. Patriots, Colts. Even though the Colts, man, I have a little vibe that they can win the Super Bowl next year. A little vibe. But going against Tom Brady again, they weren't able to do it against the Chiefs last year. This game's probably going to be really close, though. I can't lie. Andrew Luck was really, really close to making a run at the Super Bowl a couple years back. They were stopped, but this year they're going to be stopped again. I do see Tom Brady going to the AFC Championship again. And in the next matchup, the Browns versus the Chiefs. Even though this hurts me a lot, I do think the Browns can win the Super Bowl this year. Anything's possible, but to be realistic, the Chiefs offense might be a little bit too much to handle for Cleveland. And if the Chiefs can just get a couple stops on defense, they could probably wrap this one up. But yeah, this one, it hurts for me to say, but I got the Chiefs beating the Browns in the AFC divisional round. Up next, we got the Saints versus the Bears. Again, if Mitch Trubisky can be on his game, that game manager that he can be, I can see them going to the NFC Championship, the Super Bowl, and even winning the Super Bowl. But if you're going up against Drew Brees at home, especially what happened last year in the playoffs, I don't think the Saints are going to let down this year. They're going to beat the Bears, and that's going to lead us to the next matchup between the Eagles and the Rams. Now, the Eagles almost ran away and got themselves another NFC Championship berth, but now the Eagles last year, they were so close to beating the Saints last year. That was actually a fun game to watch too. You know what? I'm going to do it, man. I think the Eagles can beat the Rams. And I'm not a huge fan of the Rams either. I don't think they should have made the Super Bowl. I don't know. They had a really stacked team last year, though. They did lose a couple key pieces. And, I mean, anything's up in the air. I think the Eagles probably and could pull off an upset right here. And they're going to be a 6th seed going to the NFC Championship against the New Orleans Saints. So going on to the AFC and NFC Championships, we have the Patriots versus the Chiefs and the Saints versus the Eagles. So Patrick Mahomes, last year, he was really close to dethroning Brady. But, you know, Brady's just always there, man. He always finds a way. Something or someone happens where he always finds a way to win. But I think this is the year he goes down. Whether it be the Chiefs, the Browns, the Chargers, the Colts, the Bills, anyone that makes the AFC playoffs, I think this is the year that the Patriots go down. And I have them going down to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. And the Chiefs are finally going to the Super Bowl. So with the NFC matchup, the Eagles, Saints. Last year, the Eagles came really close to beating the Saints last year, but it didn't fall through. And I believe this year it's going to be the same. I don't think the Eagles will beat the Saints. I think Drew Brees is going to have that. I think Drew Brees is going to be under that mentality that this is going to be one of his final years. This is going to be one of his final playoff runs, and he's got to make his mark. He's got to win. He's got to go to the Super Bowl, and I think he will. So that's going to mean your Super Bowl matchup this year that I predict is going to be Saints, Chiefs. You can make a lot of points for either side. The Chiefs have a dynamic offense, probably the best quarterback in the league, the MVP last year. Their defense improved, picking up Frank Clark and the Honey Badger. Just, I don't know. There's a lot of points you can make for the Chiefs. And on the Saints, on the other hand, they have one of the best QBs of all time in Drew Brees. They have Mike Thomas. Their defense has played really well these past couple years. And you can make points for both teams. But what it's going to come down to is experience. And for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes did make it to the AFC Championship last year and was a drive if they would have got one away from going to the Super Bowl. But in the end, we saw what happened last year in the Super Bowl. Jared Goff absolutely choking and playing terrible in the Super Bowl. Todd Gurley also too for the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be the same for them. I think they will have a pretty good game in them. But in the end, it's all down to experience and knowing and being a legend. That's what it's down to. Patrick Mahomes will be able to do that. But right now, this is Drew Brees' time, man. I mean, Drew Brees has something to prove. The way he lost last year, knowing that he can come down with another Super Bowl ring, that's gonna bring him more determination than he's ever had before. Regardless, I think the Saints are gonna be Super Bowl champions this year, and this is gonna be the final bracket. So this is the whole bracket for the playoffs. The Saints, I have them being the Super Bowl champions. If you guys disagree with my opinion and everything I said in this video, make sure to leave a comment with what you think I said wrong, or which opinion do you think I had wrong. Whether it was a team that made the playoffs, whether it wasn't, just tell me your guys' opinions and who you think will win the Super Bowl this year. Again, I have the Saints, but anything can happen. Any of the teams that make the playoffs can win the Super Bowl. It's possible. Your team, my team, anyone can win the Super Bowl. Tell me who you think will, and I'm going to be seeing you guys next time. It's been your boy Nate, and I'm out. Peace.